Good morning. This is Akashwani. I am VC Pramod with the World News. The headlines. India to host 12th BRICS Communication Ministers meeting in Pune today. BRICS Tourism Minister to meet in Jaipur. Somali pirates hijacked 2 ships in 4 days. 6 Indians among crew of seized cargo ship. US imposes fresh sanctions on Hezbollah, citing its ties to Iranian government. And in hockey, Indian women's team to take on Netherlands in first match of second pool phase at FIH World Cup in Amstelveen today. The BRICS Tourism Ministers meeting will begin in Jaipur today under India-BRICS Chairship 2026. Tourism ministers and senior officials from BRICS member countries will participate in the 2-day meeting, which will focus on strengthening cooperation in the tourism sector. Key areas of discussion will include sustainable and responsible tourism, skill development, seamless travel, and the use of technology and artificial intelligence in tourism. The meeting follows the BRICS Tourism Working Group meeting held in Jaipur on the 19th and 20th of August. The ministerial meeting is expected to further strengthen tourism cooperation among BRICS countries and promote greater tourist movement and people-to-people exchanges. India will host the 12th BRICS Communication Ministers meeting in Pune today. The meeting will be chaired by Union Communications Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia. It will bring together communications ministers and senior representatives from BRICS member countries to deliberate on strengthening cooperation in information and communication technologies, ICTs, digital transformation, innovation and resilient digital infrastructure. The theme of the meeting is Innovate, Cooperate and Transform, ICT, for a resilient future. The event will provide a platform for BRICS member countries to exchange views on emerging technologies, digital public infrastructure, future networks, cybersecurity, capacity building and inclusive digital connectivity. The deliberations will also focus on advancing practical cooperation and sharing best practices to support digital transformation across BRICS countries and the wider global south. Somali pirates have hijacked 2 ships in 4 days, raising concerns that piracy is making a major comeback in waters off the Somalia and Yemen coast amid growing regional instability. The latest incidents include the seizure of the Cameroon-flagged MV Lutuf off Somalia's Puntland coast and the hijacking of the Eritrean-flagged Cebu-1 tanker off Yemen. The Lutuf was reportedly carrying Turkish weapons and equipment bound for a military training facility in Mogadishu. We have a report.
The LUTUF's 10-member crew included 6 Indians, 1 Turkish national, 1 Georgian and 2 Serbian security guards. 8 pirates reportedly took the vessel towards the Nugal coast near Garmal in Puntland's Danguroyo district. Somali officials said 6 ships are currently being held by the pirates, including the 2 seized this week, with more than 100 crew members being held hostage across those vessels. More than 17 piracy-related incidents were documented across Somali waters and the Gulf of Aden during the first 5 months of the year, including the hijacking of at least 3 commercial ships and 5 dhow boats. Experts say regional conflict, economic difficulties for fishermen and reduced maritime security are contributing to the resurgence. Somali piracy previously peaked around 2010 when hundreds of vessels were seized and shipping companies and insurers faced billions of dollars in losses. With Bimal Mohapatra's report, Jigyasa Pandey, Akashwani News, Delhi.
An Indian medical value travel delegation has visited Bhutan to discuss opportunities for cooperation in specialized healthcare services and capacity building. The delegation, coordinated by the Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, FICCI, had a 2-day visit to Bhutan. The group interacted with senior government officials, healthcare institutions and the travel sector in Thimphu. This is Akashwani. You are listening to World News. We bring you the top international news and updates from around the globe. The Trump administration has imposed fresh sanctions on Hezbollah and redesignated the group as an Indian proxy. The U.S. Treasury Department announced sanctions on 10 individuals alleged to be a part of a network responsible for transferring cash to Hezbollah. According to the Treasury Department, the network used couriers traveling on commercial airline flights between Lebanon, Turkey, UAE and Iran to move large amounts of money across jurisdictions, providing an avenue outside the formal financial system for Hezbollah to obtain foreign currency and evade sanctions. We have a report.
The redesignation is aimed at highlighting that Hezbollah operates on behalf of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps (IRGC) and is not a stand-alone operation. This formally recognizes that Hezbollah's military operations, external security activities and major financing networks function as an extension of IRGC, Iran's primary instrument for conducting terrorism beyond its borders. Both Hezbollah and the IRGC have long been designated as specially designated global terrorist by the United States. Hezbollah is a Lebanese political party as well as an armed group. The latest move comes as the Trump administration has been working to facilitate peace talks between Israel and Lebanon. Renu Kataria for World News.
US President Donald Trump has said that the United States is essentially controlling strategic waterways linked to Iran and will soon take full control, while reiterating that Tehran will never be allowed to acquire a nuclear weapon. Speaking in an interview with a private radio channel, Trump defended US military action against Iran and acknowledged that Americans could face higher petrol and energy costs as a result of the conflict. In Nigeria, at least 47 people have died after a boat capsized in a river in the country's northwestern Sokoto state today. According to the officials, the boat was carrying more than 80 people who were heading to farms for work in Gorai town. Deadly boat accidents are common in Nigeria, especially during the rainy season. A lack of enforcement of safety regulations allows faulty boats without life jackets to operate in the country. In January this year, at least 25 people were killed in Yobe state in a similar accident. In hockey, Indian women's team will take on the Netherlands in the first match of the second pool phase of FIH World Cup at Amstelveen today. The match will start at 9:30 p.m. Indian time. Earlier, India advanced to the second round after playing out a goalless draw against England in their final Pool D match yesterday. Both teams created opportunities but failed to find the back of the net, with India's defence holding firm throughout the contest. In badminton, Indian shuttlers will be in action today in the men's and women's doubles quarterfinals of the BWF World Championships 2026 in New Delhi. The men's double pair of Satvik Sairaj Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty will lock horns with third seeds Liang Wei King and Wang Chan of China. The duo defeated Junaidi Arif and Roy King Yap of Malaysia in the pre-quarterfinals 21-23, 21-19, 21-17 in a nail-biting encounter. In the women's doubles, the Indian pair of Tressa Jolly and Gayatri Gopichand will face fourth seeds He Hianfa and Shang Hui Hia of China. The pair defeated seven seeds Ring Iwinaga and Kie Nakanishi of Japan in straight games 21-16, 21-12 in the pre-quarterfinals. Olympian and former Asian silver medalist javelin thrower Shivpal Singh has been handed over a 10-year suspension by the National Anti-Doping Agency NADA disciplinary panel for a second doping offence after testing positive for the banned substance methane-deonine. He won a silver medal at the 2019 Asian Championship in Doha while throwing his personal best of 86.23 meters. Earlier, Shivpal's dope sample had tested positive for a steroid in and out of competition test in 2021. The anti-doping disciplinary panel of NADA initially suspended him for 4 years, but later they reduced the period to just 1. And now, before we close, here are the highlights of the bulletin. India to host 12th BRICS Communication Ministers meeting in Pune today. BRICS tourism ministers to meet in Jaipur. Somali pirates hijacked 2 ships in 4 days. 6 Indians among crew of seized cargo ship. US imposes fresh sanctions on Hezbollah, citing its ties to Iranian government. And in hockey, Indian women's team to take on the Netherlands in the first match of the second pool phase at the FIH World Cup in Amstelveen today. And that is the end of this World News Bulletin.